All right, welcome in everybody to Tuesday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 11:40 on the East Coast for the 16-game MLB slate today, since we got that doubleheader between the Tigers and the Twins, and then this midweek is highlighted with the Angels coming up to the Bronx for there, and we got a Shohei appearance on Thursday. But the Angels and Yankees is probably going to be the series we're going to be tuning in, since we're starting to get into the dog days of the playoffs where the finals don't start till Thursday. We got the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference finals tonight for the NHL, but we're just going to stick to the NBA powered by, or the MLB powered by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. We're live on Twitter. Be sure to be giving us a like and retweet there. And then we're here on YouTube, the number one spot to be dropping your best bets, whatever the hell you want to be doing. The chat is for you. Give us that like, subscribe, and share it out. It definitely helps us there. But Sosa, how you doing on this Tuesday?
Doing great, man. I had a nice weekend. Got lots of barbecue, some good food in, and just enjoyed the weekend. Caught up with the fam. Got to reset. So I feel great. You know? Oh, man, I see Gerardi in the chat. Listen, man, I hate Craig Kimbrell. I've hated Craig Kimbrell before he showed up to LA. Now he's got to be on my team. The game is the game. I'm gonna rock out with him until he continuously, fucks up, which is what he's been doing, but it is what it is.
Nah, bullpen issues. Aren't they the best?
Not even that, dog. He gave up he's ass. Like, I never liked him. I mean, we obviously got him for cheap because we gave up a player like where we had like depth at, we got a lot of utility type players like a AJ Pollock. But yeah, not very happy with the outcome last night, considering how we fought back to get back in the game, to tie it up and then to lose it on your closer. Absolutely horrendous. Not a happy ending to the Memorial Day weekend. I'll say that.
Well, that's what happens in game 48.
Never. See, that's the thing about my thoughts on Craig Kimbrell. You can check online. We got him for cheap. I was never high on him. I mean, I obviously didn't love Kenley Jansen, but Kenley, was at least caffeinated a couple times, and he was part of a championship, so I can live with that. But Craig Kimbrell showing up and doing this dumb shit, I can't fuck with it. Did you see that Eli White robbery last night? Bro, he catch of the year. Robbed a dude from Tampa. Soon who plays for Tampa, hit it over. Like, I mean, it was clearly a home run, bro. This dude just brought it back into the park. It was insane. Catch of the year, no question. Probably the baseball player of the year thus far. Yeah, that's how it's dog days. We're talking about defensive plays in fucking in baseball.
And yesterday was even a travel day as well, so it was scattered if you just tried to have a game on. They at least scheduled it out, so you had one during each time, and then the Cubs Brewers was interesting. The Phillies Giants was interesting. At least all those came down to the last minute games, whatever you were doing yesterday during the afternoon, if you had those on in the background. Boy, had the longest bomb of last night. Obviously, it came in Colorado. It was like 496. Third deck. It looked way further than that.
That shit was far.
I'm giving that 575 on my distance ranking.
For certain.
But let's get into today's plays. Like we said, MLB only. We got you covered there. Go into the Diamond Club if you want to get the NHL action for tonight. But Sosa, do we want to get into game one, the only afternoon game with Smeltzer and Garcia with the Twins and the Tigers, everyone's favorite teams to be betting on?
Yes, sir. I actually do have a play in this one. We're going back to Old Faithful. We're going back to the no runs first inning or under half a run first inning. You're going to get it at -105. In game one, Smeltzer versus Romy Garcia. Garcia making his second start of the season. These teams have played 7 times. 6 out of 7 times they have scored 0 runs in the first inning. Romy made his first start last week. He was good. No, he gave up nothing. Smeltzer also has not given up a run in any of his 3 starts in the first inning. Twins, Tigers, Smeltzer, Garcia, 1:10 p.m. No runs first inning, -105. It's my first play of the game of the day.
Word. Yeah, I'm just staying away from this series. The way I just like to rock the double headers is Tigers isn't a team I'm trying to buy on by any means, but when the home team drops the first one, usually like to buy in to the second one here.
Yes, sir.
We probably got one of the most motivated pitchers in the MLB going on the mound today because Frankie Montas wants to get as quickly out of the Oakland as possible. And his recent starts have been giving him the deal even over the season with the 3.12 ERA in his 10 starts, 66 Ks, 1.23 ERA over his last 3. The Houston bullpen is rested since Valdez went the full game last night. You like anything in this series here?
That game. I also like the Nerfy. Obviously, for the one reason you just stated, they have a pitcher who's trying to make sure he's clean. Right now, it's juiced at -130, but I like it. Montas, Javier, just like you said yesterday, I think obviously we're starting to realize Oakland. We've already known Oakland wasn't good, but we're starting to really just they're starting to fall in line as a bad team. Playing the best team in the division still, even after losing players to free agency. No runs first inning, -130. I also think I'm leaning towards the run line in this one, but I'm not going to give it out official. But if I had to, I would rock with the Houston run line. If I'm getting it at +130, I think the value is there. I don't really care that if Montas is the pitcher. I think Montas can give you 6 innings strong, and the bullpen give up 5-6 runs at the end of the day. Still. So
I mean, Montas could get you clean with only 1 or 2. That's really all you even need in this one here.
Absolutely.
Jerry's going head to head because he likes the A's on the money line. So best of luck there. What else do we got for your action today?
Next play is in the Angels Yankees. Obviously, like you said, it's probably the biggest matchup this week. We got a lot of star power involved, and it's at Yankee Stadium. Anytime Mike Trout pulls up, it's a big deal. The first play that I like in this one, or only play that I like in this one, is the team total for the Los Angeles Angels at over 4 at +100. Their splits against left-handed pitching has been outstanding to start the season. And again, star power in New York City. I expect there to be fireworks in this one. I think both teams get on the board. I think the game will end up going over personally. But my only play that I love is the Los Angeles Angels team total over 4 at +100, and also or even money. And also, if you don't get it at a 4, don't bet it. If it's 4.5, don't bet it. 4, you want that. 4.5, you don't.
Like that there. The one spot that I'm eyeing up today, and I'm going to roll with the Guardians on the money line at home, sitting at -123. The Sharps, quote unquote, love Daniel Lynch today. Really not too sure why, or the Royals in that matter, just because his past 3 starts against Cleveland last season, he didn't make it out of 5 innings without giving up 3 or 4 runs. And Quantrill is 4-0 in his lifetime against Kansas City. So I just think it's a team that he just knows within the division. And then the one aspect I guess you can see where it also plays into the Royals' perspective, or the Guardians' perspective, is they can't hit righties. So I expect Quantrill to get out through even. He likes the over. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. And yeah, I only
What
have
else you got for us?
We have one other play, and that's a play based on one team just pummeling left-handed pitching. The Cardinals facing a lefty today. I think that they get out early, I think they win today. Snell is his 3rd start back. He hasn't been great. Cardinals at the crib. I personally love them. First five money line, first and full game money line. Both are at minus 125. If they're the same price, just take the first five. It's probably easier. It'll probably be a lot simpler. Like I said, the Cardinals absolutely they tattoo left-handed pitching. They destroy it. They got arguably the hottest hitter in baseball, not named Mookie Betts or Trey Turner, in Goldschmidt right now. And I think that they can carry on their offensive ways, especially early on against Lauer. Or no, I'm sorry, against Snell. Lauer's pitching today too, but I was reading my notes.
So the Rangers, home favorites today, facing Yarborough. And I think it's just because of Perez, one of the hottest pitchers in the league right now, with the 0.82 ERA over his past 3 starts and 22 innings. And the Rangers have owned lefties this season. 11 of their 23 wins have came against them, and they're averaging 5.3 runs per game versus 4.4 when they're not facing a lefty starter. I can't back the Rangers here, but it was just always that spot where the Reds and the Rangers, when they're the home favorites, always got to dig down and see as to why, because I just don't think it's a pure fade there.
Yeah, Yarborough hasn't been particularly great either.
You got to rock with the St. Louis team total because they're facing a lefty. I mean, Snell could finally get right in today's start, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't believe in Snell. I mean, it's an even 4 at minus 115. I actually love that. And if the Padres do win, the game will go over, and they'll both achieve their team totals, in my opinion.
Yep, and then everyone's favorite game, Seattle versus Baltimore. Do you have a line on that one out there yet?
I have it at.
I don't have mine still up.
I don't have one either. No.
And then the last thing I have to say is
announced.
You didn't say anything about Corbin.
It's a fade spot, but it's a fade spot for Corbin, and usually I'd be very high on him, but the Mets don't particularly hit lefties well, and he has actually performed well against the Mets this season. The Mets don't hit lefties that well, so it's a tough one for me. Obviously, I don't like. Obviously we know Corbin to be a 2-pack of dog shit, but he performs well against the Mets, so it's not an instant fade for me. And the Mets, like again, do not hit left-handed pitching particularly well.
Yeah, we got Jerry saying you got the O's as plus 116 home dogs. I was looking for plus 130. Don't love Baker on the mound either if he's the confirmed starter. It's just when the Mariners are on the road, that's when we've been riding them or fading them. And when they get home, that's when they upset Houston. And also with Kyle Lewis back into the lineup, he looks like he was scratched yesterday. That's something to be monitoring because they won 4 of the 6 games since he's been back. They're batting him 5th. They'll probably move him up to maybe 3rd, 4th in the lineup when they need to. But he's provided 2 home runs already. He's kind of the Mariners guy that plays 40 games. And next year he'll be his breakout because he's got it. So who knows? I was thinking the O's at home because that's the only time you can back them.
Yeah, I mean, for all the reasons you said, if it was closer to 130, I would do it. But
yeah, plus 116, not twisting my arm hard enough there. That's basically about it. Cincinnati, Boston, don't really need to talk about that. Phillies favorites with Ranger, just don't want to talk about that either because that's probably not going to be nice things, I say. And then, yeah.
How about
a lot of weird midweek series. That's why the Angels versus the Yankees is the one to be tuning into this week.
Yes, sir. NBA Finals, we're going to do the round table tomorrow. We're going to have some people back. Jammer, Finesse, Chris. Might have a couple others actually that might chime in. Just seeing that it's only one matchup, so try to get as many great minds in there as possible. Also, if you're in Jersey, check out Who Got Next basketball league. It's a one-on-one male basketball league. A lot of money involved. A lot of awesome stuff. Some really big names in the area. So check them out. They're out of Deptford, New Jersey, and make sure you guys rock with them.
Are your Oilers taking down the Avs in this series? Series, not tonight. Series wise, what's your Western Conference final prediction?
Hey man, you can't teach special. Connor McDavid is special. I'm rocking with him. I'm rocking with him to figure it out. Like some people don't understand. Like some superstars just need an opportunity to get in the dance, and then when they get in the dance, they show you why they're the best. He's one of them guys. Connor McDavid's one of those guys, man. Like he's
So you're
just.
taking that plus 205?
I like him, man. I like him.
That's the series price.
I
That's
like
really
him.
what it's at.
I like them to pull it off. I mean, Avs are huge favorites for a reason. They've shown a
Neither
lot.
of these teams have made it to the Cup recently either, so it's not a lot of historic. Both of them usually bow out in the playoffs early.
They showed a lot of stability throughout this year, and I think it's kind of like Tampa, right? Like the Avalanche have done what we expect. Like we expect them to be good. We expected them to roll through. I don't think I love the Rangers story, but the Rangers they're clipped. They're done. Tampa's going to sweep them. Maybe 5 if Vasilevsky's bored.
Yeah, the Rangers don't stand a chance.
No, that's over. But
I think that is
Connor's going to make sure he gets Edmonton. He's going to keep Edmonton afloat. He will definitely do that. Don't get it twisted.
I'll be rocking with the Avs.
Good for you.
They're just two organizations you just can't trust in. The Avs, I guess, just had more success from like 96 to 2004. And yes, the Lightning are just different. I don't want to see a three-peat because I believe the last three-peat we had were the Islanders in the 80s when they won 4 in a row. We've had back-to-backs, but I don't think we've had any three-peats recently. The Red Wings were close, but I think they got clipped as well when they tried to get 3 by the Pens.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's today's episode of Daily Bread. We'll be coming back at you live tomorrow like usual. Make sure to be tapping down at the bottom if you want the real hockey analysis and all that extra good stuff. Until tomorrow, give us that like, give us that subscribe. We out.